YouTube, Soul Family, what's going on? I hope everybody's staying blessed and protected. Know that I've missed you. Been working hard to get on here and speak to y'all on a frequent basis. So what I want to make a video real quick about is talking about how we can make a difference everywhere that we go with whatever we have. Okay, it's important to understand that big changes don't always have to be done with grand gestures and things like that. It's important to remember it's the small, consistent actions done with a pure intent that really creates the ripple effect that then motivates more people to do the same thing, or encourages another person to be kind to another person. Whatever that positive momentum is that you're putting out there into the universe, it spreads just like a pebble into a pond. Okay? And I think that we get lost in how we do that, and I think it's pretty simple, especially in our day-to-day lives. We have so many opportunities around us to try and make the world a better place, but often we don't try because of limiting beliefs. And it can be, let's say you want to lead people. Well, I don't have the knowledge. I'm not good at this. I have a learning disability. I don't know. All sorts of different things that people may come up with. I don't come from a good family. I don't have money. I don't have enough resources. I'm not smart enough. Whatever you think it is, you're wrong, right? Look at a figure like Moses. He was a shepherd, stuttered so bad that his brother Aaron had to speak for him. I mean, think about that. How bad was his stuttering problem that was the case, right? And yet, he was chosen to lead the Israelites. And he basically was like, look, I'm not qualified. You got to have the wrong guy because I can't even speak straight, just really not confident in himself and understood his true limitations. But it didn't matter. So Hashem called him, and he answered the call. And still was able to do all these wonderful things, became such a humble leader who advocated for his people and all sorts of different things. But that's just one example of a person who thought that they weren't qualified to do something, but they did it anyway. And it became something great. What if he wouldn't have? Right? So it's important to disregard that, I don't know if I'm qualified, I don't think I know enough, that sort of thing. As far as day-to-day stuff, acts of kindness or, helping one another, a lot of people will say, well, I'm struggling. I don't got enough to give, right? And we're thinking about it in purely a monetary state of mind. We're not looking at it as, well, what is it that I can give to this person that doesn't cost me anything, right? How about my time? Can I listen to this person and really hear what they're saying and give them genuine empathy, right? That's one thing I could give. The attention, right? There's all sorts of different ways, walking in. So that's, say, for example, how many times do you have a beggar or somebody that appears like they don't have much approach you and immediately you dismiss them? Now, get out of here. Go, get out of here. Like, you don't even give them the time of the day to speak to them, right? That's one. And why would we treat somebody like that? Because their clothes are torn, or ripped, or their smell. So why should we treat that person less than the other person who smells good, who's got nice clothes on, stepped out of a nice car, right? So this is the type of, like, we don't have to have money to think like this. You don't have to have power to think like this. You don't have to have a title to think like this, right? This is how real change occurs. Acts of micro-kindness. I know it sounds corny, but it is. This is how it's gonna be done. This is how you can change things in a small way and feel like you're actually doing something. You may feel like it's insignificant, but I encourage you to remember the ripple effect and understand that one action like that creates that ripple and it goes outward. Okay? Standing in line, buy the person's coffee behind you. Do that, especially if I'm in line waiting behind you. Okay? But, you know, these are things that we can do and to try and hold the door open for somebody, right? Smile at a stranger. You just don't know what type of day somebody's having. You just don't know how you could really make a difference in somebody's life by doing something like that. On the road, right? When I had my car, I was always letting people merge. Especially here in Charlotte, it's ridiculous. Like, you'll almost get killed every time you get out on the road here. It's unbelievable. And it's like, all right, how often do you see people doing the thank you thing anymore on the road? Like, people don't do that anymore. I don't know. So I try and do that. When I had the car, I would, try and let people try that. I know you can't do it for everybody or else you'll be stuck and you'll never be able to get to your destination. But try it for one or two cars. Try saying try giving them the thank you sign. Whenever I was doing that, it was a very interesting experiment that I was not even trying to run, but it was funny how I would say the thank you sign, put on my blinker, whatever it was, and almost all the time, they would just, yeah, sure, go ahead, take it, yeah, you want that one? Like, just, people are like, wow, this person is putting up the thank you signal. They can have whatever they want. I don't know. So I just think that you're going to get more with sugar than you're going to get with vinegar, definitely. And yeah, just try and be positive in the workplace. This is a big one, and it's one I really try and work on all the time wherever I go, no matter what type of places I've worked in. And some places are definitely more challenging than others. Side note, the gang stalking I've experienced along the past couple of years has definitely not helped my work situations because they have created this, I don't want to get into it too much in this video, but an illusion of busyness and all of these sorts of things that would happen anywhere I would be a new hire at and so on and so forth. But when you're at a job, how do you go about speaking to everybody? When you arrive at work, do you go and you try and make contact with everybody that you see? Yes, in some places it's pretty hard because you're in a certain department and there may be hundreds of people that work at that location at a time. Okay. But I'm talking about in your immediate environment. In your department, in whatever it is, do you make a point to go out of the way and greet everybody? That makes a huge difference in the morale and how things feel. Okay? Genuinely complimenting a coworker on their hard work. Say, wow, I really appreciate how hard you work. I think it's very admirable. You really helped that period of time, that rush go by so smoothly. Thanks for whatever it is, whatever they've done, recognize it. It's important. The new young guy that just got hired, he's sticking it out. He's working really hard. He's showing up. He's doing this and that, and he's not complaining. He's not bitching, right? Recognize him. Make him understand that is the behavior that is wanted, that's what we want to see. Reward the positive behavior, right? Let's not reward the negative. But that's another topic. I don't want to get distracted, and I do have to get off and go. But yeah, so just trying to make a difference everywhere that we go and believing that we can. And disregarding those doubts that we have about we're not qualified enough, we're not good enough, what can one person really do in the online community, on YouTube, like I'm speaking now. Encourage somebody. Tell somebody in a comment, hey, that really resonated with me. Hey, thanks for your motivation. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for your energy. All that sort of stuff makes such a huge difference. And remember that ripple effect, that in turn that action creates. Okay, and just remember, I appreciate all my new subscribers. I love all of y'all. And I hope everybody stays blessed, stay protected. To remember to use your own mind. Okay, especially right now. There's a lot going on. All right? Remember to stay true to yourself. Don't believe everything that people tell you. Search for the truth on your own. Till the next video, I love y'all.